What's up, everyone, and welcome to another Bitcoin market update. In these videos, you will learn how to use technical analysis to forecast price movements in your favorite cryptocurrencies and also see where we are looking to buy and sell these crypto assets ourselves. So let's get into it here with Bitcoin on the 3-month time frame. We'll try and make this video a bit quicker today so you guys can get back to your days. We closed the 3-month time frame yesterday, and you can see that the trade that I talked about, which is basically the trade from the open of this candle down to the bottom of about 17%, has already started to play out let's see, well, 5.88% roughly on this exchange. So really the reason why I think this is an easy trade is because when this candle opens here, taking a trade down to the low of this candle is pretty likely because this candle is very bearish clearly. So for us to go down to the wick of this and then make this a high is very likely over 3 months. So if you're willing to wait, this is a 17+% trade. That is a potential, and keep in mind that everything on this channel is for educational purposes only, is not intended as financial advice. But that's something that I'm looking into. If we look at this from a monthly perspective, the monthly candle closed yesterday. We had a pretty decently long lower wick here. People buying the dip. We had declining bear volume here, which is good news for the bulls. So we may have set our monthly higher low right here at 28,796. But that 3-month time frame is a higher time frame than the monthly, so it may drive us past this point. So that's important to keep that in mind. And if that is the case, we'll look at the weekly time frame to see where we may go. But if we come up now, it's likely that the resistance is going to be the R2 on the pivots here, which is up at about 46,300. Weekly time frame, so far we have not seen much follow through from the bulls after this weekly candle here with the long lower wick, the liquidity grab below this low and this low, and we had a bullish divergence here on the RSI as well right here, and we're not getting really much follow through on that. So pretty much bears in control on the high time frames. So let's go down to the daily time frame. I'm sorry, the 2-day time frame. We'll talk about this trade that I talked about on this channel, which is playing out absolutely perfectly. And it is this gray level. So this is a level that I've been talking about for several days now. You can see that this trade has already went about 7.88% on spot if you entered on the wick of the candle right here. So very good news there, about 15% if you're using 2x leverage. So fantastic over the course of really only 4 days, 3 or 4 days. And if we look at this from this perspective, it was really just the trend here, the low, high, higher, low, higher, high. And then we broke through this zone. Once you retest that resistance, boom, we go down. Daily time frame. If we look at this from a daily perspective, we were not able to change the trend to the bull's favor here because this candle did not close above this key high. We had to close below it off of a rejection from this 2-day level, and now we're trading down from that zone. We'll see if over the course of today in the next 5 hours we close with increasing bear volume. If so, we could see a push lower here over the next few days. Just because of the magnitude of the move, I would expect a higher low being set because we did bounce about 21%. So for us to go down, I would say just roughly probably somewhere down to maybe, I don't know, 10, maybe like 12% down is pretty reasonable. It's about halfway. So we'll see what we get there on the daily time frame. 8-hour time frame, the reason why we're looking at the 8 hours is because of this trade that I'm looking at. This is a short opportunity. So if we look at this, sorry about that. If we look at this candle right here, we had a nice bull trend here with a low, high, higher low right here, and then higher high. This candle right here is the candle in question that we're taking a look at. We draw a rectangle around that. This should have been support right here, but you can see we pushed right through the zone and closed 2 candlesticks below it. So now if we retest this zone, this is going to be resistance. So I will be going short there. Currently, we're bouncing off of the pivot zone of the hourly time frame here, which is around 33K. Stop loss above this zone up at about 35.1, and then targeting, like I said, somewhere around like 31.7 roughly for this. So about 7% profit if this ends up going down to that level. We've got the confluence from the Super Guppy indicator here in this zone. If we come back into it, you can see that this is where all of the red EMAs will be. And you can see when we test these red EMAs, it's pretty bearish. And now that we've closed back below all of them again, these are going to be resistance once again. You can see that they've, when they're red and they're expanded, this is resistance. And then once we finally go above them, we get a little support from them right here. And then we go back through them. And now we're back below and they are providing resistance. So that is something that I'm looking at as well. Ichimoku Cloud, most bearish scenario that we can be in here as well. So another confluence signal for this trade. So that's all I got for this one, guys. If you like this video, give it a like down below and subscribe for future educational content around crypto and blockchain technology. And check out our Global Leutheria Telegram channel. There is a link for that in the description below. It's free to join. This is where you can collaborate and learn with a global community full of people that are interested in taking advantage of the crypto economy like yourself. And you can learn with them. You can also get your questions answered by them and discuss a variety of crypto-related topics. So I encourage you to join that. And until tomorrow, onward and upward.